Hello and welcome to Chocolate Covered Games Monthly Melt for the month of March 2023. My name's Doug.
And I'm Tim.
And we always start with our fives. So this month for our fives, I got to choose. So I picked our top 25, our top 25.
That's how many you normally have. I stuck with 5 this time.
Our top 5 places we want to visit. And then I threw something extra on just because it's been a goal of mine and we travel together a lot. But one of my goals has been to visit all 67 counties in the state of Pennsylvania. And there are some counties that just don't have anything.
No.
And then there are some counties where there's tons to do. The northern part of our state is heavily wooded.
It's very vacation-y because you get those people that go to the Poconos.
Yeah. Well, that's in the northeast side of our state. The north central part of our state is, well, even the northeast is heavily wooded.
Well, the central, you have like the watershed, I think. People go to see that.
Yeah, we're just a very wooded state.
Yeah.
To begin with, we do have a national forest. It's Cook National Forest in our state. But Tim is gonna have some overlays of our map, so you can see on my map. I visited all but 13 counties. And most of those counties don't have much to do. Greene and Fayette don't have a lot. Beaver, Lawrence, again, don't have a lot. Crawford doesn't have much. Erie, I'd love to go to Erie. They have a baseball team, minor league baseball team. That's what I really want to go up for. And there's a street in Erie where the train tracks go down the middle. So I'd like to see that. Warren County has the Zippo factory. Forest County doesn't have much. McKean County, Montour, Sullivan, Wyoming, and Susquehanna are the other counties I haven't been to.
Yeah. Now, I haven't been to 16, so you've been to 3 more than me.
Yep. And part of that is just in travels I've driven through them.
Yeah. Now, I will say I'll probably only go to 15 of them. I am heck bent determined not to go to Montour.
To Montour.
Yeah, those people in Montour, you should be ashamed to be a county.
And the thing is, Montour is not that far away from us.
No. We've been to every county around Montour.
Yes.
We skipped Montour, probably for a reason.
Yeah, I don't know why.
You know, I typed in what to do in Montour, and my computer just turned itself off. It was a sign never to go to Montour.
I gotta look what the big town is in Montour County.
I don't believe they have one. I believe 60% of our viewers are from Montour County, and I've just lost them all. Or I'm getting the most comments from them ever.
Yes.
Either way, you know. It's one if I hit all the counties, that's the one I want to do last. To be underwhelmed. I will do Erie before Montour.
Danville.
Danville?
So Danville actually is a pretty big town. They have a Geisinger Medical Center there. It's also their county seat where the county courthouse would be.
So nothing really special.
No.
A hospital and a courthouse.
Yes.
It's a vacation, kids. Let's go to the courthouse followed by the med center.
Why not? So that's just one of my travel goals is to hit all 67 counties in Pennsylvania. Of course, on most days, just because of where we live, we could hit 3 in just travels. Dauphin, Lancaster, Lebanon.
Yeah, I think our county, it was either us or Juniata. I can't remember. I counted. Either Dauphin or Juniata touches the most other counties.
Yeah. Yesterday we were in a different county just doing an event.
Yeah.
So where we live, we are able to hit multiple counties very easily. So
it's also it's a more reasonable goal with the size of our state. If we lived in Texas, we had to hit, I think it was 504 counties.
Yeah. But Pennsylvania is a big state.
Yep.
So
should have done Delaware. 3 and done.
And I might have been to all 3.
The boring one's the most northern. You got to go through it to get to the fun part of Delaware.
You know,
so.
I've been to Dover. Dover's probably the middle county.
Dover's the middle.
Okay, so I haven't been to the bottom county, and I have a friend who lives down there now,
Yeah.
and that wants me to come visit. So I will hit all 3 counties in Delaware.
There you go.
Probably before I hit all 67 in Pennsylvania. So that was just a little extra. I thought I'd tie that in because of our top 5s being our top 5 travel destinations. And again, this could be a country, an event, a city, state, pretty much anything. So Tim, what is your number 5?
My number 5, we just came up with yesterday.
Okay.
Because you brought it up.
Okay.
And I thought, at first, I'm like, well, this is kind of stupid for a destination to go to. The more I thought about it, the more it suits me.
Okay.
So my number 5.
Oh, I know where it is now.
Where is it?
Minnesota.
Wrong.
Oh.
Buck-ees.
Oh, Buck-ees. I thought you meant because of the world's largest ball of twine.
No, I looked at a photo of it. It wasn't that large. It was kind of disappointing. It was more impressive.
Okay.
But no, Buck-ees. It's literally a gas station turned into an amusement park. But only the fun parts of the amusement park. Like, there's a place to see, apparently the cleanest bathrooms, and it's inside, so it's temperature control, unlike amusement parks. I can enjoy all 3 of those things. Apparently there's long lines, which are fine. I don't mind lines. And 0 rides.
Okay.
You know, so I could go to a Buc-ee's and be like, I went to a Buc-ee's.
Well, I guess technically I could stop at a Buc-ee's on the way to one of my destinations.
Yeah, see? So Buc-ee's is my number 5.
Okay.
You know, other people dream of going to Paris. Me, Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's. Well, I guess it's sort of like my wanting to hit all the Hosses.
Yeah.
Which is a regional restaurant in our area. But you just want to go to one Buc-ee's.
Yeah, I'm not going to all the Buc-ee's. Yeah. I'm going to go, if I go to any, be Kentucky, it's the closest.
Okay. So not my number 5 is Charlotte, North Carolina.
See the Hornets play.
This would have been my 6, but my 5 merged with something else. Okay. Thanks to a friend telling me you could just do that in one trip with a different one on your list. Wow. So this is my number 5. I did have another one I thought about sliding into 5, and I'll throw it out there. Is Flin Flon, Manitoba.
Okay, so you're getting close to that 25 you mentioned at the beginning.
Yeah. But Charlotte, North Carolina, one reason, NASCAR.
Not the Hornets.
No, not the Hornets.
Get all the Bobcat merchants you want because they're still selling it.
Yeah. You know, if the Charlotte Checkers would make the playoffs and go deep, you know, you go to Charlotte for the 600, they might still be playing. A lot of people from our area do go down to Charlotte when our hockey team plays down there. Apparently, it's a very nice trip. But I want to go to the Coke 600, and I want to do as many NASCAR shops as I can. Plus, in that general Charlotte area, you know, you can hit so many other different NASCAR things outside of Charlotte. There's a lot of shops outside of Charlotte and Morrisville. So it's that general area. So my number 5 is Charlotte.
Okay. My number 4.
Okay.
Is a trip I'm not gonna say reasonably take because I'm poor. I can't afford to like leave 10 blocks away from the house. But as the cost of going there,
okay,
like staying at that location would be cheap.
So it's in Pennsylvania.
No.
Oh no.
It's in the United States. I will say that. I don't think it gets traveled too much, or if any. The place is in South Dakota.
Okay.
It's Belfort. Belfort, South Dakota has a grudge with another city in America.
Okay.
And I'm on their side.
On Belfort.
I'm on Belfort. So otherwise, I would have gone to the other place.
Okay.
They're grudging with Lebanon, Kansas. Lebanon, Kansas claims to be the center of America, but they exclude Alaska and Hawaii. So they're the center of the 48. Belfort is the center of America if you include Alaska and Hawaii. You need to know how to spell force?
It's that place right there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They are the center of America if you include Alaska and Hawaii, which you should, because they're part of America. That's why Lebanon, Kansas, is wrong. And it's spelled with an A. That's why I pronounce it Lebanon. A-N-O-N. Who boasts to be the center of America. There's nothing to do there. There's nothing exciting. It's in South Dakota. There's a couple 100 people at best, I think the census said.
5,617.
So it's smaller than where we live.
Yeah, but the square mileage of this place is huge.
Yeah, the West is huge. They have to fill it with nothing.
This is 637 square miles. We live in a town that's 27 square miles.
Yeah.
That's like huge.
It is we've been to the West.
Well, yeah.
The West is full of vast nothingness, and then sporadic of a lot of stuff.
I've been to South Dakota.
Yeah, I don't know how close that is to the monuments out there.
Rapid City and Hill City, where
Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore is. I was gonna say Mount Vernon.
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore. I've been to Mount Rushmore. My roommate in college, when I was at the University of Wyoming, lived by that.
I mean, if it was close, I would go. But if it's not close, I'd be like, it was close enough to Mount Rushmore. I'll just lie. But I would want to go to the Belfort.
Yeah.
Be on their side.
So now I wish I would have known that, because when I went to his place for Thanksgiving break, I would have just said, hey, can we go there?
Yeah, you could have been in the center of America. The real center of America. Lebanon, Kansas.
So it says it's 550 miles north.
Well, because south of it is nothing.
Well, no, 550 miles north of Lebanon, Kansas.
Oh.
So.
Yeah. Which those people are wrong, despite all their touristy traps. So.
All right.
Yep. You have to pick a side, America. Choose right. Or I guess north in this case.
Choose north, yeah.
Choose north.
Not south.
Yeah.
Or east or west.
Yep.
See, I always thought it was around Kearney, Nebraska.
Now, what you call it? The Puerto Rico becomes America.
Yeah.
It will move again.
Yeah.
It'll move closer to us.
What about you throwing Guam in there?
Those are territories.
Yeah, what if it ever becomes a state?
Then the center of America probably move west
So,
south.
like, the Pacific Ocean?
No. It'd probably be like
San
Nevada.
Diego?
Yeah.
Because Guam's way out there.
Yeah.
So my number 4 is a dream vacation.
Mm-hmm.
One I'd love to take. May not ever get to do it. Who knows? And again, I combine 2 places because if I'm doing it, I'm doing them both at once.
All right, so now you're up to 7.
Scotland and Ireland.
Okay.
Giant's Causeway.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see, which is just a rock formation that apparently is like one rock formation goes under the sea and comes
You don't have
up.
to justify. I just named the town in the middle of nowhere.
No, I'm telling
At
you.
a gas station, you're like, there's rocks there. I'm like, yeah, that's better than my place.
No, I'm telling you what it is. Because our friend Doug talks about it during his one show.
Okay.
And, so that has made me want to go see it. Dublin to go to the Guinness Brewery.
Mm-hmm.
And then just whiskey.
Yeah.
Jameson, Glenlivet, tour all the different areas, because all the different areas of Scotland will give you a different style of whiskey. Mm-hmm. And so I'd like to do that. Go on a whiskey tour. Go to Loch Ness. Go to Loch Lomond. Go to Rosalind Chapel. Mm-hmm. And of course, that's why I wore this hat and this golf shirt today. St. Andrews. Royal St. Andrews. Play the old course. That would be amazing. I'm sure I'd shoot like 700 over par because the pros struggle there. But that would just be amazing. Plus, our ancestors came from Scotland and Ireland. So to visit that would be amazing.
I think you can only shoot 144 over. 'Cause
You
you're only,
shoot whatever you want. There is no top number per hole.
I thought like with +8 and they tell you to move
No.
on kind of thing.
It's not like mini golf.
Well, I figured courtesy to other players.
Well, you'd want that.
Yeah. You're like, I'm still shooting here. It's the first hole. Shut up.
No, if I could shoot a 125 to 150, I'd be happy. I'd be thrilled.
Eh.
So that's my number 4, Scotland and Ireland.
Eh. My number 3, moving up on my exciting list of gas station and middle of nowhere. My number 3 actually does have people that want to travel there.
Okay.
So that's something different on my list. I could afford this, I guess. Question mark.
You can afford anywhere if you save up or if you know.
I mean, right now.
Look, we did Indianapolis on less than $500.
Like, I could go to this place tomorrow for $124.
Okay.
Now, that's by train, and the train ride is 14 hours.
Hey.
Which is...
I'd like to travel by train.
Well, the interesting thing is driving there would only be 5.5.
Oh.
But driving from the farm adds 2 hours somehow. So, once again, very weird math there. This is a place that has just a bunch of water.
So, Erie.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Oh.
It's in a different state.
Oh.
It is Niagara Falls.
Okay.
The U.S. side, because I don't have a passport.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 5.5 hour drive from here.
Yeah.
It would add 2 hours if we went to the farm.
Well, because of, again, from here you can take highway.
Yeah.
The entire way.
Yeah.
From the farm, which is, we call the farm where our dad lives.
Yeah.
Which is middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
You've got to go up through, again, those counties, Elk, McKean, where you're not going to be on the highway. The travel time takes longer.
Yeah, because from here to there is 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
But from the farm to Niagara Falls.
It's not 3.5 hours from here to Niagara Falls. It's at least 6.
No, I'm saying from here to the farm is 3.5 hours. But from the farm to Niagara Falls is 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
So it would add 2 hours. From here to Niagara Falls is 5.5 hour drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. But by train is $124.
Yeah.
14 hours.
Well, because you'd have layovers in Philly and New York.
No, actually you go
you go to Chicago?
You go up from Harrisburg to, it's like...
You can't go up.
You,
out of Harrisburg, you go to Philly or you go to Pittsburgh.
Like maybe you had it starts with an M.
You go to Philly or Pittsburgh.
It didn't have you go in that. It went to like Mahana.
No, those are the two choices out of Harrisburg. I'm serious.
Well,
by train, you can go to Philly or Pittsburgh.
Well, then take it up with the Amtrak website because it didn't have that. Because the only place it changes they change in it's like Maihyn. I can't pronounce it. It's like Mahane Holds. I don't know.
I'm serious. So through Amtrak, you can also bus.
Yeah.
So my guess is you were going by bus.
No, it was train. Okay.
Because when I looked at train to Indianapolis, we were going to have to train to Chicago and bus to Indy because the train did not run to Indianapolis on those days of the week that we were going.
All right. So let's agree that you're wrong because I spent like a day looking this up and it explained it to me. So you're wrong here.
I'm sure I'm not.
And I'm right. So I think I would do the train because I went out to drive.
I will look this up.
Yeah. So I would do train and spend the $124 instead of driving because I'm sure I would save gas money. Because I probably spend that much in gas round trip. I would assume. From here to Niagara Falls. Once I'm there, you see the falls. I don't know what else you do. I guess you're close to Buffalo. You probably see what's ever in Buffalo.
Niagara Falls.
N-A.
Oh.
But yeah, that's my number 3. Niagara Falls. Just to see, the falls. From the U.S. side.
So my number 3, again, is 2 places because I knew them in one trip.
So that's 9 you're up to.
When I told a friend that this is two places I'd really like to go, they're like, just do them in one trip because you basically go through one to get to the other. And that is Halifax, Nova Scotia / St. John's, Newfoundland. So, of course, Halifax would be the one that you'd stop through going first on your way to St. John's. And Halifax, some cool things I'd like to see there. That is where those on the Titanic are buried in Halifax, which I think is it's sad, but it'd be a cool thing to see. The graves from the Titanic. Also, Halifax has the Canadian Museum of Immigration.
Okay.
Which are relatives that came from Ireland and Scotland, came to Canada. So I'm not sure if that's where they came through, is Halifax. I still have to do some research on that. I do know that some of our relatives came through Philadelphia, but I'm wondering if our Canadian relatives came through Halifax. And they actually settled in a place, Williamstown, Ontario, which is between Cornwall and Montreal.
Okay.
But also in Halifax is the Moosehead Brewery, which is my favorite beer of all time. So I'd love to go do that. And I'd like to go see the Halifax Mooseheads play. That's a Quebec Major Junior team. And man, do they have a following, and they have some really cool jerseys. I would like to get a Halifax Moosehead jersey and hat. So going from there up to St. John's, Signal Hill, which is just the views of St. John's and the ocean from there. Also, Cape Spear Lighthouse National Historic Site, which is the easternmost point in North America, which would be awesome. And Jelly Bean Row, which is row houses that are all painted different colors. And if you ever go look at the pictures from St. John's, it looks absolutely beautiful. They used to have an American Hockey League team, which was the hooked up with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And our local team, the Bears, would play up there every now and then. I still believe the Newfoundland Growl of the ECHL play there. So I'd love to go see a hockey game there. But man, just and looking at Halifax too, just absolutely beautiful cities, and ocean views and bay views and harbor views. And now that I'm getting a passport, who knows? It's definitely on my list, and it could happen. So that's my number 3, A and B.
Yep. So my number 2,
All right,
is a place that a lot of people visit.
Okay.
It's only for a short period of time.
Okay.
It's,
Jail?
No.
Oh.
Some people they visit forever.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't be a short period of time.
No.
It's in Plantersville, Texas.
Plantersville, Texas.
Yeah.
The Planters factory?
Nope.
Oh.
Is the Texas Renaissance Fair.
Okay.
They boast to have over 400 shops
and
over 22 stages.
Place is massive.
It is the largest Renaissance Fair in America. I would do it once.
Yeah.
And that would be it.
You'd have to do it like 2 back-to-back days on the weekend.
Well, I meant like one time, like a trip. I almost put a different Ren Fair because it was closer, therefore more feasible. It's the third largest.
Scarborough?
No, the third largest is Maryland.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I would like to do Maryland. It goes on the same time as ours.
We are the 5th.
Okay.
We are tied with Bristol.
Okay. I'd like to go to Bristol.
Yeah.
Bristol would be cool. Maryland would be cool. Texas, Scarborough.
Minnesota's like
Minnesota, yeah.
fifth or sixth. They were
Yeah.
below us. But yeah, Texas. It's basically a small city.
Yes, it is like cool.
I mean, over 400. I don't think it says over 400 shops. We have to have like maybe 110.
No, we don't have that many.
If you're
I could actually get the exact number because
Yeah.
I know the people to ask.
But 22 stages. I think ours only has 6,
6 or 7.
7.
Yeah,
Now I don't know if they're kind of
maybe more because if you include like Bosworth Field, that's technically a stage.
Yeah, but
where the mermaids are is a stage.
Well, yeah, but I wonder if we also count the little stages that are like the little gazebo.
Yeah, that's a stage.
That they have like.
So we have like 13.
Yeah, so I wonder if that's how they count theirs. Like maybe Texas. Maybe Texas only has one big stage and 21 little gazebos.
No, they have. You know, I've seen video from down there, because the Krillian guy, Caston Bronze, has like a thing down there.
Mm-hmm.
I think like Jacques the Whipper is down there. Dead Bob.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, that place is like, and I don't think you could do it in a weekend really. You'd have to go back to back weekends, so you could stay down there during the week.
That's too long in Texas. One weekend. Because it's in the summertime.
Yeah.
I almost put a different Ren fair in here besides Maryland. There's a place in Spain that is like the Disney World of Renaissance fair.
Yeah.
They have like a miniature Coliseum, like one half the size that they actually do cherry races and like real sort of. There's a pirate ship that they push into this man-made lake that they've made where they have people swinging in and out of it, fighting with cannons. It's over the top. That'd
be awesome.
It looks crazy. I'm like, it almost made my list, but I don't want to go to Spain, so it knocked out points.
Yeah, no, Texas is on my list of Renaissance fairs to go to. Well, maybe that should be a top 5 Renaissance fairs we want to go to.
Yep. PA would be number 1.
Yeah.
It's just convenience.
Yeah. Because it's 10 miles away.
Yep. But yeah, that's my number 2.
All right.
The Texas Renaissance Fair in Plantersville, Texas.
All right. So my number 2 has been on my wanting to go list for years and years and years, and now it's become a very, very trendy place to visit.
Austin, Texas.
No. Again, I don't care to go to Texas.
San Diego, California.
But guys that I know, this is now their bachelor getaway. Whenever they do bachelor trips, it has become the bachelorette party.
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Nashville, Tennessee.
I'm so close. I got the South right.
Nashville has become so trendy now as a place to go. I don't know if I'd want to do that.
I hear it's a terrible place. Muggings constantly.
I want to go because of the Grand Ole Opry, the Country Music Hall of Fame, the General Jackson Showboat, do Broadway, Tootsie's. But I'm almost afraid to now that my thoughts of it, of that 90s country music boom, where it was trendy then, but now it's almost trendy to it's a party town. Where it's not trendy because of the country music scene and that thought. It's trendy because it's the party place. But I'd still like to go.
Nothing says terrible fun like parties.
Well, because, I'm not in that bachelor party age of my life. I'm not early 20s and go for the parties. I want to go for the history, the country music history, things like that. And I'm sure you can separate the two. But Nashville's still very high on my list to go to. They have a NASCAR race. They have an IndyCar race. The Nashville Sounds play there.
They got 3 golf courses.
I'm sure they have more than that.
Well, 3 like recognized golf courses. The rest are all like underground, trendy bachelor golf courses. So
Nashville, Tennessee. I could swing into. I don't know if I can just swing into Pigeon Forge from there, but I could go to a Buck-ees.
Though I don't know how you have an underground golf course.
There's a Buck-ees in Tennessee.
It's the biggest one.
So I could hit Buck-ees and Nashville.
There you go. And let's face it, Buck-ees probably been the best pick on both lists so far.
Yeah.
Because it's the most reasonable one. Oh, that my Belforce.
Yeah.
But that was your number 2?
Yeah.
My number 1 is the only unreasonable one I have.
Okay.
Like 1,000% unreasonable. It will never happen for me.
Okay.
Even if I go on a game show and win this as a prize, I won't get to do it.
Okay.
Mainly because I don't have a passport.
All right. But you should get one. It's easy.
Yeah, but that means I would have to obligate myself to go use it.
No.
Otherwise, you're just starting.
I'm getting one just in case.
Mm-hmm. And my number 1 is French Polynesia.
I don't even know where that's at.
It's the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Okay.
The most famous, it's like 100 little islands. The most famous islands in there are Tahiti and Bora Bora.
Okay.
It's literally just the place to go to lay in the sun, do nothing, get drunk.
That sounds terrible for you. Doesn't sound like something you'd enjoy at all. You hate the beach.
Well, no, it's not beaches. They don't have their islands are just like bungalows out of the water.
So it's like those places you see online. You're like dream getaway, and it's a bungalow literally on like a deck in the middle of like a blue lagoon.
Yeah, that's exactly what French Polynesia is.
Okay.
Most of the islands, like half the islands are that, the other half are like drug points to get drugs from.
And that's where you'd go?
From one side of the world to the other side.
That's where you'd go because it's the cheaper parts?
Probably. I can afford those ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've been described as like paradise on earth. Like, I don't know if you had to read this when you were in school, but there was a book called Mutiny on the Bounty. Famous book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where they sail and they get lost and they end up in Tahiti.
Yeah.
And then they have to go back to England and they're like, why would we go back to England? This place is amazing.
Yeah.
So they mutiny. They suck at finding their way back.
Yeah.
But in real life, they mutiny, they fail at their mutiny, and then they get hung. But in the book, they get lost and they end up in the Arctic.
Yeah. That would be a cool dream place. Those pictures of places like that are amazing.
Yeah. I mean, for the youth that are watching this video that never read this book, the closest thing I can relate to is Red Dead Redemption 2. No, because it's a very popular video game.
I know it is.
And the head of the gang...
I'm not that old.
The head of the gang is constantly saying we have to get more money because their plan is to go to Tahiti.
Yeah.
Because he read it in a book. So he's like, we got to kill everyone in the U.S. because we need 100% of the U.S. money just to get from Wyoming to Tahiti. So they don't succeed in that either.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, those pictures look cool.
It meets my qualifications. So it's a trip once you're there. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
So once you're there, you're just relaxing. There's no like hikes because you can't hike in the ocean. I mean, I guess you could scuba, but I'm not going to do that. There's things in the ocean that can kill me.
Yeah.
Lots of things. So it's literally go there and like sit and relax. I could do that. I could do it here a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
But there it's more festive.
So before we get to my number 1, out of your 5, if you could, so of course number 1's if you had the money and you could do it, no questions asked.
Uh-huh.
Out of your 5, what's the most logical one you want to do? Logical.
Probably.
What do you think out of those 5 is the most likely to happen?
The most likely to happen?
Yeah, so I'll put it that way. What is the most likely to happen?
Probably Buck-ees is most likely to happen.
So Kentucky is your most likely place to be. Or Tennessee. Those are the 2 closest.
Likelihood of my list, we go Buck-ees would be number 1 most likely.
Yeah, because if I'm going to Tennessee, most likely you're going with, since...
Yeah. Number 2 would be Niagara Falls would be the most likely because $124.
Yeah.
3 would be Belfours because once I get there, I figure hotels have to be cheap. Then probably the Ren Fair in Texas.
Yeah.
And then, of course, French Polynesia will never happen.
Don't ever say never.
No, I looked at the prices. Like, I had to save a decade's worth of my pay. And by then, inflation would go up, so I have to save another decade's worth of my pay.
Well, you get to Hawaii and swim.
Yeah, so I have to save a half a decade, inflation would happen. So, a gas station is my most realistic trip. Now, if they build one closer to us, it becomes even more realistic.
Yep.
They can't build any of the other ones closer to us. Unless Puerto Rico becomes a state, then the center moves closer to us.
All right, so my number 1 is the best choice out of any of these.
I don't know. My list was pretty strong.
And that is Toronto.
Yeah.
And you had to know that was my number 1.
I thought you were going to go like Calgary.
Nope.
Or Ottawa.
Nope. Toronto. Hockey Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
The Maple Leafs, which is the number 1 reason.
Not the Argonauts.
The Marlies. The Blue Jays. The Argos. Which, if the Calgary Stampeders would come and play the Argos, that would be perfect. At that time, that I could go see all the other things happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there was like a sports solstice of...
Well, there was a very small period where all 4 play.
If there would be a sports solstice of all those teams playing in Toronto in the... I'll say solstice, not on the same day, but in the same week... That would just be like, I've died and gone to heaven. The Toronto Zoo looks awesome. Casa Loma, which is this huge castle that looks cool and sort of like overlooks the city. The CN Tower, Rogers. But the absolute number 1 reason, Hockey Hall of Fame. I want to go to the Hockey Hall of Fame so bad. I also want to go to a Maple Leafs game more than anything. The problem with that solstice week of them all playing at the same time, it would have to be either October, and the Jays would have to be in the World Series, or
I think September. There's the very last week of September.
Well, no, because that's still that would be training camp for hockey.
Yeah.
And there's no games. They have 2 games. Preseason games.
Yeah. You can go to a preseason game. It's not as fun as a regular season game.
But then you wouldn't have the Marlies going. So theoretically, April and May would be my best shot. Well, no, because of Canadian football. I'd have to look at when they may start in May. So maybe be my best shot for Toronto to hit all of them.
Yeah.
But, and if the Leafs would ever make the Stanley Cup Finals and would I couldn't afford to get tickets to a game.
No.
We've already talked about that. But I would go up just to watch outside at a watch party, be in the city, and if it would be a cup clinching game, I don't know what I'd do. If they would win, I don't know. They would be like my ultimate sports dream.
Now, if you went and it was a cup clinching game and they would lose, I would harass you forever that you were their bad luck charm and you cost them a cup.
The only other thing would be to be in Pittsburgh when the Pirates were in the World Series.
So you have to live another 100 years plus.
Yeah. The last time they were in a World Series, I was 6 months old.
Yeah.
Less than that. So that's my 5. The most likely to happen out of my 5 is probably Toronto.
Not Buck-ees.
Buck-ees isn't on my list.
It might as well be.
It's probably Toronto, followed by Charlotte.
Okay.
Charlotte may actually happen before Toronto. I don't know. now that I'm getting my passport, Toronto may happen sooner rather than later. Because I just may go up to do the Hockey Hall of Fame, a Blue Jays game in the summer, maybe an Argos game. Have to look when Calgary's in. I'm a Stampeders fan, not an Argos fan. A lot of people think I'm an Argos fan. I did get an Argos championship hat this year just because their logo's awesome. And I have a friend who's an Argos fan. So Toronto and Charlotte are the most likely to happen. Then probably Nashville, Halifax, St. John's. Actually, Halifax, St. John's. Now that I'm getting my passport, I really want to do some of this Canadian stuff. You know, I got a promotion. I have a little bit more money. I can save up.
I still have very little interest in going to most of my places.
Uh,
The one I want to go to most is
Buck-ees.
Belforce. Belforce I want to go to the most.
Yeah.
Just so I can be like, I was right.
Yeah.
And like,
And Scotland and Ireland, that's just a dream. That's a dream. You know, I had some friends when we were younger talked about doing that as a guy's trip to play St. Andrews. And so who knows? Are any of our locations on your places you want to visit? I know everybody's number one is Buck-ees.
that's all I'm going to see in the comments.
You know,
That little gopher's face or whatever it is.
You know, I didn't pick a place like you, as in the Texas Renaissance Fair or Buc-ee's. I guess if I had to pick a place, I don't know. Yeah, I never really thought of a place. Some place we've been to, I'd like to go back to Wyoming.
But yeah, this has been our top 5. It's gone on for 44 minutes right now. So we're going to end this now. So like always, like and subscribe, share the video. It does help. And as always, hello and welcome to Chocolate Covered Games, the monthly melt segment of Voted for the month of March. Much like last year, I didn't put up a poll.
Last month.
Yeah, last month. Last month, I didn't put up a poll. I just put out a question and let people fill in the comments with their answer. So the Oscars happened roughly the same time I posted this question. And the question was worded as,
if you could have one board game be adapted for a movie, what board game would it be?
Now this one was the most responses I've ever got for a comment. Like, I didn't know my phone could beep every time somebody said something on Facebook, but it never stopped beeping.
Yeah. 292 comments.
Yeah. I don't even know 290 people in my life.
You should have wrote down each one and put tick marks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have. So we'll just go through some of them here.
I mean, there was a lot that do repeat.
Yeah. So Sleeping Gods, Hate, Android Netrunner, Betrayal at House on the Hill. That person put, but making a Netflix series or something, since it's always changes and the haunts are different. That would be kind of unique. A series instead of just a movie.
Yeah. Well, I thought that's like a American Horror Story where it's the same cast of people, but the thing constantly changes each season.
Yeah. Another Sleeping Gods, Galaxy Trucker.
It could be fun.
Where they build their spaceship and it just destroyed.
Yeah.
Return to Dark Tower, Anachrony, Scythe, Unfathomable, Blood Rage, Patchwork. That'd be an interesting one.
Movie about quilting.
Yeah. Mice and Mystics. It's a good one. The person put Mice and Mystics would be cute animated.
Now, there was a comment later below that said, it's basically Redwall, if you ever saw.
I've never seen that.
Well, that's basically Mice and Mystics.
Wouldn't it sort of be like the Littles, that cartoon? They're like mice people.
Yeah, but like Redwall was actually mice people.
Oh, okay. The Bloody End, a slapstick dark comedy.
Because it's like Clue, but fun.
Yeah. Dune Imperium.
I mean, Dune's a movie.
Yeah. Then they put, oh, right, never mind.
There's a lot of people that put movies that already existed, but game versions. Like Terraforming Mars is The Martian, because they're like...
Yeah. Tainted Grail, Battletech, Cosmic Encounters. Quest for El Dorado. They could do it like a Hanna-Barbera Wacky Races.
See, I've never played the game, so.
I mean, either, but it's a racing game.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. This War of Mine, which is like a dart game.
It's actually based off a video game.
Is it? Okay. They put All Quiet on the Western Front except for the civilian point of view.
Yeah. This War of Mine is a very depressing game.
Frosthaven, Resident Evil, movie adaptation of the board game adaptation of the video game remake of the video game.
Yeah. I mean, they can't do worse than what the movies already are.
Black Angel, Everdale, Horrified.
They already exist.
Yeah.
They're every Universal movie monster out there.
But put them all together.
Well, then you'd be like the Scooby-Doo movie that Freddie Prinze Jr. was in.
The Night Cage would make a good horror movie.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that were against that one because I think I suggested that.
Oh, yeah. You did that.
Yeah.
And somebody would probably make a better movie than game.
I enjoy the game.
I would agree. Better movie than game. I didn't like the game.
Oh, the game was fun. It actually did feel creepy.
Wingspan, a boring movie.
I did not put despite me, bad mouthing Wingspan a segment earlier.
Let's see. Agents of Smirsh, Nemesis.
I thought you said Agents of Smurfs.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Obsession, which isn't that just like Downton Abbey?
Probably.
I think. Kingdom Death Monster.
Yep.
Somebody put Everdale already reminds me of Secrets of Nema.
Secret of Nim.
Yeah. Wiz War. Vagrant Song. That would be a cool movie.
Is Vagrant Song the one where they're on the train?
Yes.
Okay.
That would be cool. Let's see. Root.
Root would be fun.
Let's see. Wasteland Express Delivery Service. Zolkin. The Crew. U-Boat. Of course, Battleship.
Yeah. They could try again. Make a better movie. I watched it. It was not good.
Burgle Bros. Mansions of Madness. Abomination, which I think is sort of like Frankenstein. Uno.
They have that. It's called Highlander.
Because there can only be one.
Exactly.
Marvel United.
Yeah.
Isn't that just
the Marvel Universe? Yeah.
Oathsworn Into the Deep Woods. King of Tokyo.
I don't know that game.
King of Tokyo. Isn't that Rampage?
Well, that's Godzilla, but yes. The game before I never heard of. The Northwoods.
Oathsworn?
Yeah. Don't know that. I'll have to look that up.
The King of Tokyo. And there is a game Rampage that was Rampage.
Yeah. Wait,
isn't there already a movie Rampage?
Yeah, it starts to rock.
Yeah.
It's based off the board game, which was based off of a video game.
ISS Vanguard, Madeira, Monopoly.
Monopoly could be fun. I mean, they made a show on HBO. That was like the Emperor Boardwalk or something.
Tidal Blades, Jumanji.
Yeah, why not?
Make a better Jumanji movie.
I don't know. The original Jumanji movie is pretty fun.
Australia.
Okay.
Gloomhaven. Again, This War of Mine.
Yeah.
Voices in My Head.
Don't know that game.
That I think that'd be like Look Who's Talking, or the one where Mel Gibson can hear what the women say.
What women? Why I think it was called?
Yeah. Hero Quest Hive. Hive would be interesting.
Yeah.
Lords of Hellas.
Okay.
City of Kings. I haven't played. Don't know much about that game. Windward. I don't know much about that game. Checkers.
Would the tagline be "King Me"?
Yeah.
So it'd be like a medieval.
Yeah.
It'd be like chess, but boring. Chess the movie, but boring.
Skyrim, the adventure movie. Jenga.
Jenga they could make into a fun, thrilling movie. Yeah. You're in like a tower that's collapsing.
Munchkin.
Yeah. I guess you could make a kids movie.
Escape. Ghost Stories.
Okay.
Masters of the Universe. An actual good movie this time, somebody put.
Yeah.
But you don't like Dolph Lundgren as He-Man?
Yep.
Court of the Dead.
Okay.
Getting some repeats. Star Wars Rebellion. Spirit Island.
Okay.
Heavy Metal. Mystic Battles. Rising Sun.
Ooh, Rising Sun. That'd be interesting.
Black Rose Wars.
Yeah.
Arkham Horror. Just One. That would be an interesting movie. A party game.
Yep.
Ticket to Ride. I think Ticket to Ride would be sort of like Throw Mama from the Train
Yeah.
over Death on the Orient Express.
Yeah.
I think Ticket to Ride would be Throw Mama from the Train. Mice and Mystics. Aeon's End.
Okay.
Ray Guns and Rocket Ships. I think that would be almost like The Rocketeer.
Yeah, I can see that.
Snakes and Ladders. White Bear and Red Moon. Don't know.
That game.
Don't know. Let's see any other different ones.
Surprised we haven't got like more classic game. Like no one wants like the game Carcassonne.
Yep.
Or
Red Dragon Inn. That would be a fun movie. Just a movie, sort of like
the D&D movie coming out, but instead of them going on an adventure, they're just in the bar constantly.
Yeah. What was the movie that was all one shot? 1917. Do a one-shot Red Dragon Inn movie where it's just one thing in the bar, continuous.
Yep.
It's one day at a bar. Mm-hmm. That would be great. I would watch that movie.
Because the smart thing then, you could have several tables of different characters the tables from the different seasons of the game.
Yes.
Because it eventually always ends up with people drunk or fighting.
Yes. So, yeah, the main part of the movie would just be where you go back to a different table.
Yeah.
So you follow that table to the fight. And then the movie goes back to a different table at the start of that, up to the fight. Yeah. And then another table up to the fight. And then the end of the movie's the big fight at the end.
Yeah.
That is a great movie.
Pitch that to Hollywood.
Whoever suggested Red Dragon Inn on here, good job.
Oh, should say their name.
I don't want to call people out.
Oh, yeah.
I've already...
Don't praise me.
Renee Ludvigsen.
There you go. You had a great idea. We're going to steal it.
Very sorry for the pronunciation of your last name. Ludvigsen.
Never getting production credits.
That was, and I will give that a like. That is the best one. Fireball Island.
Yeah, that would be fun. Like a bad vacation movie. Like everything's going wrong.
Blood Bowl.
Yeah. Fantasy sports movie.
Dungeon Alliance.
Okay.
Campaign for North Africa. That'd be a long movie. Ether Fields. Creature Comforts. That'd be an awesome movie.
Yeah, that could be.
I would watch Creature Comforts. That'd be a good kids movie, yeah.
I mean, there's no conflict in it. It's just them getting ready for winter.
Yeah. Smash Up.
Okay.
Trogdor.
Trogdor, that's the winner. I want nothing but an hour and a half of burninating.
But Trogdor produced with assistance from Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
Well, yeah. I don't want, like, an art piece here. I want dumb fun.
Trogdor would be good, but Red Dragon Inn still gets my vote. Getting a lot of repeats here. Zombicide Black Plague.
It's any zombie movie.
Cry Havoc. I think there is a Cry Havoc movie.
I don't know.
It's a video game, though, right?
Yeah.
Guess Who?
Yep.
But as a pro... Oh, yeah, Guess Who? I'll leave the rest.
Oh, I deleted that one. It showed up on yours?
Yeah.
Huh. Because I was allowed to delete comments. That was one of the first ones made.
Valor and Villainy.
Don't know.
And that's pretty much back to the...
Yeah. You skipped a lot of the Terraforming Mars because that was a big one.
Yeah, well, I already said it. I wasn't going to say it 100 times.
I just don't remember.
So yeah, for me, hands down, it is Red Dragon in.
Now, if you didn't have to pick any of those, and you had to go with your own.
If I had to go with my own, ooh, I have two.
Okay.
I have two. One would be my favorite game of all time,
Okay.
which is Baseball Highlights 2045. I think it'd be a cool movie to have regular people versus cyborgs in the future of baseball.
Well, there was also androids, people that were part.
Yeah. So I think that'd be cool. And the other one,
Rock'em Sock'em Robot.
no, they made that.
That's Red Steel, which is a good movie because it's Rocky.
What's the name of the game? We have the red green promo.
Keep wanting to see
Something Fusion is that version.
Yeah, that's
Well, what would be one of yours?
one of mine that I would make into a movie.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, you read one. My suggestion was
than that,
the Night Cage. I put like 5 just to keep the conversation going. I put Everdale up there once. But if I were to pick another board game to make into a movie, I think probably what do I got around me? The SNL Trivia Pursuit game. What would I like to see in a movie? Well, I don't like horror movies, so I would stay away from like horror genre games. Maybe Flamecraft?
Steampunk Rally.
Yeah.
Steampunk Rally. Because then I think that could be like a Wacky Racers type thing, or like a Cannonball Run.
Yeah.
So yeah, Baseball Highlights 2045 and Steampunk Rally. I figured you would have, other than Everdale, the Night Cage, you might have gone for something like Sorcerer City.
Yeah, I could have gone.
Or Grim Forest.
Oh, what was it called? Dragons and Flagons.
Oh, the Dragon and Flagon.
Where it's nothing but a bar fight.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you didn't leave a thing on on Tim's poll comment thing, leave in the comments. What board game do you think would make a great movie? Do you agree with some of these in the comments? What about one of our suggestions here with Tim and Everdale and the Night Cage, me with Baseball Highlights 2045 and Steampunk Rally?
Be on the lookout for future polls to vote on Board Game Revolution on Facebook. I post them pretty early in the month each month. That way it gets some time to get the numbers up. But with that, thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Share the video around. It does help. And as always, hello and welcome to Monthly Melt of March 2022 segment of Backed. For this month, we discussed 3 games I've backed in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And we're back on topic. We're one of the games you made me back.
I never make you back anything.
Mm-hmm. But this is actually a pretty good 3.
Okay.
I will say. Well, 2 good and then yours.
Sure, mine's good.
Where we left off was October of 2017.
All right.
The next game I backed wasn't until January 26th of 2018.
Okay.
So what's that, like 3 months, 4 months? So big gap there.
Well, that late time of the year, there isn't much.
But because I've been looking at all these, and you're like, I'm always backing game. I actually take like 2 months in between backs, or 2 to 3 months. But this one, it funded in January 26th of 2018.
All right.
Their original goal was 35,000.
Okay.
They reached 473,000.
Okay.
And some odd extra numbers. This is my favorite game of all time. That's not abstract.
Oh, okay.
It's from Sterling Games. There's a huge box right there. In fact, you could probably put it in screen if you could, the smaller one, if you want. Is there any beside me? There's what's buried under MASH.
Well, this is not the one.
No, but
you
can see it's Everdale, not this one. That comes later. Um, the original Everdale, which they must have changed ownership at some point, because it used to say Sterling.
Yeah.
It will say who created the game, and it used to say Sterling Game. But now when I click on it, it says like what's it say? It's like Strategy Plus Games or something. So they must have been bought out, Sterling, at some point. But Everdale is a great tableau building worker placement game. It on BGG is the second best family board game out there.
Okay.
Which darn that first one, which is what's it called? The one with the birds, Wingspan.
Yeah.
Wingspan always is popular for some reason than it. I mean, they're both good games, but I'm just more of an Everdale fan. So yeah, that was the best game I've ever backed.
Yeah, Everdale's a good game.
All the way back in 2018.
Everdale's a good game.
Now that there's the digital version,
Yeah.
I've played the digital version a lot on the Switch. My only gripe with it is everything's very small, and whenever you click something to read,
Yeah.
it's like that big. So I'm like, you gotta memorize cards of what they do, which isn't too bad. But Everdale is the first thing I backed on this backed list. Next up, we get to your segment.
To my game.
Your game. This one I funded on March 9th, so a couple months later of 08 of 018.
Of 018, okay.
I can't say years. 2018. The original goal was 12,000. It reached a goal of 267,000 and some odd change. It's from Genius Games.
Oh.
It is a deck builder.
Subatomic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Subatomic, an atom building game.
Yeah, Subatomic.
It's
a good game. We haven't played it enough.
The problem is there's so many better deck builders.
Well, yeah.
It hinders itself by being a little bit too educational to be too fun for a deck builder.
Well, we've only played it a couple times.
Yeah. I think there's better Genius Games out there. Because this was like one of their first games. This was like their second or third.
Yeah.
You know,
Genius Games has some amazing stuff.
They've really come into their own now with
Yeah.
some of their newer games.
Yeah.
But yeah, Subatomic, decent game, I'll say.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna be my go-to deck builder.
Oh no, my number one game's a deck builder.
Yeah.
So, which you hate.
I don't know if I put it in like the top 10 even. School-wise, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Throw it in a classroom. Teach kids atoms that
Yeah.
way. But you know, not in the board game realm. No.
Yeah.
And then lastly, for backed, you could actually pull up another box here. It's not the official one. It is from Roxley Games. There you go. Now, it's not this, but it is Season 2 of Dice Throne. That's the Santa Krampus one. We'll get into that much later in back.
Yeah.
But we didn't back Season 1. I think we bought it through Tom.
I don't know how you did that.
So somehow we got Season 1.
I don't know. Dice Throne is an amazing game.
And we backed Season 2. That's where they really figured their thing out with how to store it,
Yeah.
how to set it up.
Yeah.
You know, they got it down. They got a new artist.
Yeah, Dice Throne is my number 2 game of all time. Yeah. I love Dice Throne.
Their original goal to shoot for was 54,000. They raised over 674,000. So they were the most successful out of the three this time around.
Okay.
That also ended on March 9th.
Okay.
So same day.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for you, it would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dice Throne, great game. It's Yahtzee with fighting Yahtzee.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love it. We have Dice Throne Adventures, but we haven't done that.
Yeah, we have to get to that. It claims to be more than 2 players, but
two players is the way to go.
Yeah, never play with more than 2.
And I love using the gunslinger. That's probably my favorite character. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Dice Throne.
Eventually, I'll have to buy Dice Throne Season 1 re-rolled. Well, it comes with 2 more characters, and they say the 2 new characters are very fun.
Yeah.
Because then I can gift the original season
Yeah.
or sell it.
Yeah.
But those were our backed. It was Everdale, Subatomic,
Yep.
and Dice Throne Season 2. The Battle Chest, as it was called.
Okay.
Because it was the first time they went with that system.
Yeah.
Let me know in the comments below if you've backed any of these games in the past.
Yep. And if you played any of these.
Yep.
Maybe if you don't own them, if you played any of them, what's your favorite of those three?
Yep. If these are games that you ever wanted to play but didn't get a chance to.
Yep.
But yeah, that was this month episode of Backed. Thank you for watching this episode. Please do like and subscribe. Share it around. It does help. We're getting closer to our 50 people goal. We keep going from like 40 to 41 back to 40. Keep getting new people leaving and coming. It's very interesting. But as always, hello and welcome to Chocolate Covered Games. My name is Tim.
My name's Doug.
And we're here with the monthly melt segment of Off Topic for monthly melt of March 2023.
Yep.
As my month to pick. There's a lot of things to talk about in March.
All right.
We could have went with St. Patrick's Day as we were in the colors of green and orange.
Yep.
I could have went with Eyes of March, the fun day where you backstab your best friends.
Or you listen to the song Vehicle. That's what I did on the Ides of March.
Because it's from the Eyes of March
themselves. And it's a great song.
It is.
Never heard it.
It's an excellent song. But this time of month, the madness seeks into America. And it cannot be cured. That is March Madness. Which has to deal with basketball, of course. Both your and I's fourth favorite sport of the four major sports?
Yeah. If I got to go the four majors, yes.
I'd probably put basketball as third as mine. Baseball is number 4. It's just too long. But I originally had something slightly better planned.
Okay.
I changed strategies at the last minute.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you some questions. But since it's basketball, I'm going to go call it buzzer beaters.
Okay.
And you only get 10 seconds to answer.
You just like questioning me on camera, don't you?
Because the first time I gave you too long to think. This time, you got to be snappy. Now, these are all things you should know. I mean, these are all questions dealing with the realm of basketball.
I'm not going to get any of these.
You should. There are. There's 8 questions. I will say you will probably get 7.
2.
Nah, I think you know more than you think when it comes to basketball.
Basketball is the sport I know the least about.
Okay.
And I only have 10 seconds.
10 seconds. That's after I'm done reading the question.
Well, do you want to hit the button?
I'll hit the button. So, first question. History. Should be easy enough. This Springfield College instructor invented basketball in 1891.
James Naismith.
Correct. That's easy because there's like buildings named after him, trophies named after him.
Naismith Hall of Fame.
Yeah. So, there you go. You got one right.
Oh, is this how we're keeping track of how I get things?
That way I don't mess up this time.
Like the last time?
Yep.
Where you didn't give me enough questions, but the bonus question gave me enough?
Well, no, the bonus question was supposed to be a different question, but I didn't count.
So what's the category?
This one, the most important part of basketball.
All right.
Gambling. You can't enjoy American sports without gambling the rest of the world. So,
okay.
We're not big gamblers in this house. Mainly because we don't have the financial ability to.
And I don't understand a lot of it.
This question I don't think you'll get, but we'll see. My team is favored to win the game with a negative 115 odd. 115 odd. I place a bet of $115 on my team to win. And they do win. What is the payout?
115 times that. So whatever 115 times 115. No. It's $115. No.
Cancel. Hey, cancel.
You have to stop.
Hey. There's no stop. No. I couldn't see it from the glare.
Because, okay, so for every $1, you get $115. So you put 115 down, so it would be 115 times 115, right?
No. This is why you don't gamble. And trust me, I did not understand gambling until I wrote this question. Because I thought the same way you did. Because I always thought the favorites were pluses. They're not. They're negatives.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you put 115 down, you get $1.
No.
You get your money back.
Sorta. Okay.
You lose money. I don't know.
This is why you don't gamble. Okay, so how this works is I paid $115
Yes.
on this $115 odd.
Yes.
So that means I've earned $100 because it takes $115 to get $100 because gambling is based off a 100 scale.
See, that's stupid.
So
I like the 4 to 1s and the 1 to 4s.
okay,
And
so now that you know that, how much is the payout?
I don't know.
$215.
Okay.
I got my bet back.
Plus 100.
Yes.
Okay.
So odds, you did not do well in gambling. This is why you don't gamble.
If it's 4 to 1, I know. If I put $1 down, I win $4. If I put $2 down, I get $8.
Most gambling things are based off the negative plus system.
That's stupid.
It's not once I watched a 2-minute video explaining it to me.
That's why, when we were in Vegas and, I put $10 down on the Maple Leafs to win the Stanley Cup. It's the only bet I've ever placed.
Yeah.
Of course, I lost.
Well, here.
Though that year I should have bet on Martin Truex to win the NASCAR title because I would have won that.
Well, now that I explained it, if my team was plus 115 and I would have put 115 on, how much would I have got paid out?
15.
You made the same mistake twice.
Because apparently... 100?
How would I have lost money on that?
Because you said the favorites were negative.
No. Okay, I said in this situation I went with plus now, which would make it the non-favorite. It'd be the underdog. Underdogs are pluses.
So you'd win 415?
I'm going to skip this because it's going to hurt your brain. Oh man, this turned off.
I've lost brain cells.
So there you go. If you want to make money off my brother, gamble with him on this style. You can pay him any money back and he'll think he won.
No, I'd look it up.
You wouldn't understand it.
What, are you skipping now?
No, these weren't in the right order because they... So, cancel. And this category, the ladies.
Okay.
Because ladies play sports.
Yes. The WNBA is a good league.
There is one NCAA Division I women's team head and shoulders above all other teams when it comes to championships. What team is it?
UConn.
Correct.
Yeah.
Can you tell me how many titles they've won?
A boatload?
11.
Okay.
I had that in the question, but I wanted to see if you got
But
that.
right now, the team to beat is South Carolina. UConn was actually just knocked out of the women's bracket.
They were.
And the men's,
They're in the Final Four.
they're in the Final Four, and they got a good shot.
Now, if Texas loses in the final, you can figure out when this is taping. because
Yes.
of if Texas loses, the Final Four could be a 9, a 6, a 5, and like a 3.
3 or 4, whatever,
Or 4.
whatever Miami is.
Miami's the 5.
Okay.
UConn's a 4.
Creighton's a 3.
Creighton's a 6.
Oh, yeah, Creighton's a 6.
And the other one is a 9.
Florida Atlantic's a 9.
Yeah. So it could be a 9, 6, 5, 3.
Though UConn's already in the Final Four. They're the only team that left that has won a title.
Yes. Which I was surprised Texas never had.
Yeah. Texas has been good, but just not that good. So most of the U.S. is pulling for, unless you have one of the teams left, you're pulling for Florida Atlantic.
Yeah, because you just want to see a 9 win.
Because this is the first time they're ever in the tournament.
Yeah. Then they should quit and never play basketball
Yep.
again. One and done.
Yep. And I always cheer for the underdogs.
This one, you should get.
Okay.
Because you've watched ESPN most of your life.
Yeah.
This is called Scorecard.
Okay.
A triple-double is when a player does 10 or more in 3 different categories.
Yes.
Name the 5 categories.
I don't know. 5. Points.
Okay.
Rebounds. Assists. Steals. Blocks.
Yep.
Boom.
With 2 seconds to spare.
Boom. Yeah. Was that all 5 of them?
I was gonna give you like double doubles, but it's just a triple double -1.
Yeah. Well, double doubles, 2 of them
Yeah.
in that, or triple doubles.
No one's ever said they got a quad double.
Quad double or whatever, septa double.
Well, no, quad's 5. So that'd be all the
No,
categories.
one quad before.
Yeah, I guess that's, so 5 would be
Quin double?
quintuple.
Yeah.
That'd
be a heck of a game.
They had a quintuple night.
That would be one heck of a game.
It'd most likely be a center due to blocks
Not necessarily.
and rebounds.
Yeah, not necessarily.
No, but they'd have had the greatest odds, I would think. All right. Up next, category-wise, Cinderella. Big topic of discussion.
Yeah.
For basketball, what was the lowest seed to win an NCAA tournament?
It was an 8 seed.
Yep. Who was it?
NC State.
Nope.
Villanova.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was just asking for the seed number. We talked about that yesterday.
Yep. I knew it was NC State or Villanova. NC State was maybe a 6 or 7 when they won.
I think, yeah.
When they beat Houston.
But Villanova was the year right before I was born.
Yeah, Villanova. That was Raleigh Massimino. Was the coach of that. The coach of NC State. They beat the Phi Slamma Jamma Houston team. Why am I drawing a blank on the coach of NC State?
When they won?
Yeah, it's the guy that did the ESPN speech. Never give up. It's gonna bug me now.
I was gonna say it started with a V, but that's not him.
Yeah, Jim Valvano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Our next category, the most important tournament of the month, the National Invitational Tournament.
NIT tournament.
The
Okay.
NIT.
Which I do know this, and maybe this is jumping the question. The University of Wyoming girls, women did win the NIT tournament one year.
No, that wasn't it. My question is more in depth than that. The NIT is operated, or the NIT was operated by the Metropolitan Intercollegiate Basketball Association, the MIBA, until this year, when they were purchased by the NCAA.
Okay.
What is the year?
2021.
2005.
I don't know. But, yeah, I believe that's why the finals for that are played at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, they were always played there.
Yeah. The NIT is those teams who just missed the regular tournament, but it's good basketball. There's that. There's the CIB, I think, the college, or CBI.
Now, you don't want to be the MVP of the NIT tournament.
Okay. Because,
like, the past 10, only, like, one's ever made it to the NBA. It was, like, the kid from Penn State.
Yeah.
He only lasted one season.
Yeah. Then there's the CBI, and I think there's another tournament, too. And I've been watching a little bit of those tournaments on ESPN+. I watched some of the other women's tournaments, too. The women's NIT. Wyoming still... They played yesterday. I don't know if they won or not. I know they won their first round game.
Our next question is a visual question.
Right?
Whose logo is this?
Austin P.
Finish the school's name.
It's Austin P. That's
Austin P State University. I'll give it to you.
I don't know if everybody saw that. Are you going to put the logo up?
You can show it closer because it's not. Now, I didn't fill it in completely. There's a lot more black.
Yeah.
But it would have been a lot of black.
And Tim can put the logo up.
Yeah. I'll find one online.
Austin P.
Yep.
You didn't think I'd know that?
Nope. I figured what logo would give you the most trouble?
I know that more from college football.
Now, there are a lot of logos that had, like, the school's, like, initials in them. So I had to go with something non-initial.
Yeah. Surprised you didn't go with Steamboat.
It was close.
It's just like, who is this?
I also had to be able to draw.
You couldn't draw Steamboat?
No.
Which is the University of Wyoming's logo.
And our last question is a good category. The NCAA champion.
Okay. Which the NCAA basketball tournament is only the second best NCAA tournament happening in the month of March. Because we all know the best one is the NCAA wrestling tournament.
Yeah. This school won the 2022 NCAA Division I Men's Championship.
In basketball?
Yes.
So last year.
Yes.
2 years ago.
2022.
So last year.
Yes.
Who won last year? I don't know. Louisville? No. Kansas.
Kansas. So you almost...
I should have just threw out a big school. I was going to throw out Kentucky. 2, 3, 4, 5.
And you missed 3. 5-3. Slightly worse than what I thought you would do. But that was Buzzer Beater.
Huh.
The fun game that you can play with your friends or enemies at home.
Which Tim likes apparently doing this and showing off what little I know about some things.
Well, no, it'll be different next time, but...
At least, like, I'm surprised you didn't draw something, find a school that is called the Squonks.
Yeah.
Like, who's this?
Their mascot's constantly crying.
Yep.
They boo them or look away.
Yeah.
They're ashamed of them.
Could have drew the Stanford tree.
I could have. But, yep.
So, yeah, college basketball, I don't know. Apparently I know more than what I thought.
You know more about college basketball than you thought?
Yeah.
You know less about betting than what you thought?
Well, no. I know I don't know a lot about betting.
Yeah. You go to a bookie and like, here's $100. Make something with it.
Yeah. So, have an off topic or question? If you have some trivia questions about the NCAA tournament, put them down in the comments. See if I know the answer.
Who are you pulling for? Because the NCAA championship won't be over. That's on April 9th. So this comes out before then.
So, yeah, if your team's left or is maybe your team made the NIT or the CBI, who are you pulling for in the women's tournament?
True.
Or the women's NIT. We all know that's what I'm watching because I'm a Wyoming fan.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for the regular NCAA tournament, either Creighton or Florida Atlantic. That's my go.
Yeah.
That's who I'm picking. So, any other thoughts on off topics? Are you enjoying Tim asking me random questions? But with that, like, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, ring the bell.
Share the video. It does help. We're always getting closer to that climb to 50.
Yep.
As always, stay sweet.